Buckmeister Village, your boy Buckmeister, twice and I said you I use two sharp Blimson. And today we are talking Marvel What If Episode 1. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Buckmeister Cool from Meister Geek Media. I talk all sorts of geek media, from the comic books and the superheroes to the animes and the sci-fis and all of that good stuff. So please feel free to tickle that subscribe button and that bell button so you never miss a video. So let's get into this episode. First things first, I do want to say the animation is spectacular. I really love this style of animation. A lot of the stuff is fluid, a lot of the shots they pick and everything is fantastic. And I really love the fluidity of the action. It is so cool. I love this animation. Peggy Carter is also really dope. Haley Atwell was always really good, and Peggy Carter was also really good in the first Avengers as well, and also wherever you see her. I also didn't hear too much negative stuff about her show. I didn't watch the show, but yeah, and here I want to say that she's really, really good. I really do like what they did with Haley Atwell in this, Haley Atwell's character, Peggy Carter. I liked her voice work in this, and the character herself is pretty dope. And you get to see that the way she was using the super soldier serum, like for Steve, that was the first time he ever felt powerful, whereas Peggy's been a trained soldier, so it's not like she's not like combat is not new for her. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, the English bundles are finishing. Combat's not new to her, so you get to see the ways that she gets inventive with the combat, and like some things she'll be like, oh my god, I was able to do that, let me try and do that again just to make sure it's not a fluke. So I like that was pretty cool. Peggy Carter was really awesome. Punka's misogyny shows up in this, what if episode. Like there's just this Muppet ass general who's just like, a woman can't be on the field, a woman can't hold a shield, a woman she'll break her nails. Like, man, shut up. Anybody that can kick my ass is my superior. Anybody. I don't discriminate. And Peggy Carter can definitely whoop your ass, sir. So yeah, it was that trademark misogyny. It felt stereotypical. Like it felt so stereotypical. And I understand why it was there. And unlike Captain Marvel, it didn't become the center of this episode, which was really nice. Like, he was there, he was talking trash, Peggy Carter was mad, Peggy Carter decided to do something about it, and eventually he just shut up. And usually that's how that works. So I'm glad that's not the whole episode where she's just fighting against stereotypical misogyny, because that was just like, I mean, again, I understand why it was there, and they nipped it in the bud, which I enjoyed. Peggy's super serum, though, she's got a bit of the Hulk in her. Like, she be doing jumps in this thing. I'm like, Steve can't do that. Steve cannot do that. Like, she be clearing the fences. Steve, it was still like, he be doing some things. But like, yo, her super soldier serum, that is an actual super. She's a mini Hulk in this. Like, she has got some Hulk in her. Cause I mean, I know Steve was a bad man, but yo, if they had to tango, I don't know, maybe post Avengers games, then post Avengers game pre new Phase 4, then maybe we can talk. But yo, as out the gate, she was fighting Captain America fresh. My money would be on Peggy, cause the stuff that she can do in this episode, I was like, what serum did you get? And that means they gypped my man Steve. One thing that hurt this thing for me is definitely the time constraint. 13 minutes, because if we're going over this, basically it's the plot of the first Captain America movie. That's basically what we're dealing with here. And that's cool, I understand it. And if you read What If, for comic book fans for a long time who've been knowing about What If and reading What If, usually it's a summarized version of the main canon with like a twist. So, for example, if we look at something like, what's a good example? Spider-Man, after he reveals himself to be Peter Parker in Civil War, there was a what if story, and like they didn't cover everything in exact detail. They just covered like the cliff notes, and then the big change would be, oh yeah, he's killed Kingpin in this one. So yeah, Aunt May didn't make it. Spider-Man went totally rogue, and then eventually it brings him going head to head with Tony Stark and all of those things, stuff like that. So basically, they follow the what if format of comic books, where they just summarize the main story, jump through the main story bits, show the change, and then they're just like, yeah. So it's the same thing with a twist. But the problem with that is that, for one, they stick too close to the original movie. For me, it's too close, and on top of that, like, it's too fast paced as well. Like, unlike the first Avengers, we had an hour, so we got to know Peggy Carter, we got to know Steve, we got to know Bucky. I mean, those were the characters that we got to know. We didn't get to know all of them. Let's be honest. Like, Dum Dum Dugan shows up in the red bowler hat and the mustache and disappears. We never see him again. But like, they took time with the main characters or the main cast. Like, here, I know there's people who are gonna say, well, it's a what if story, it's just supposed to be a spin on the original story, but I think they didn't push it enough. Like, for example, I'm not gonna say what happens in this episode, but I will say, for example, instead of them losing the serum, I would have rather had a situation where they brought some magic into it or whatever, or some magical science, or just like some sort of plot thread where they say, okay, we actually managed to save some of the serum, but Peggy Carter's got the purest serum, and everybody else gets a serum that's kind of dodgy. And then from there, they actually get their army of super soldiers, but their army of super soldiers is unstable. And then the Germans get their version, and basically we get to see the reason why Carter is special is that she's able to handle the side effects of whatever the serum does. Sort of like how Steve Rodgers didn't get corrupted by the serum, it just amplified who he is. So they get to see that it amplifies who she is, and then she has to deal with the corrupt army on both sides, where this army is, craving blood unnecessarily, and this army is craving to destroy the world, and she's in the middle of it trying to figure her way out in between these two. That's just the idea that I had in my head. So they don't push it far enough for me, further enough for me. My English bundles, guys, these things are running out. All in all, though, good. Too short, though. Too fast paced. It was good, though. It was enjoyable, and I would give it I would check it out. I would check it out. But I still think that they just could have maybe twisted it further. They just did a little twist. They didn't do the M. Night Shyamalan 360 corkscrew Simone Biles gymnastics ninja twist that I thought they were going to do for this What If series. But that's just me. So those are my thoughts on What If Marvel Episode 1. What do you think, my students? Let me know in the comment section down below. Talk to your boy. And if you are at this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for getting to this point in the video. You are spectacular. Now, if you really like this video, I got another one up here. I got a playlist down there, and I got an icon you can click on to subscribe. Remember to ring the bell if you do subscribe. And I'll see you all in another video, because my man's got to be out. Peace.